So, how are Mr. Putin's supporters responding to these developments? Nataliya Narochnitskaya is the former vice chair of the International Affairs Committee in the Russian State Duma. She's currently campaigning across the country for President Putin, who is, of course, up for re-election. Natalia, thanks very much for joining the programme. Is it plausible for the Russian government at this stage, after the Brits have investigated what has happened and this nerve agent, to say, really, we had nothing to do with this?
Well, I believe, I don't know whether my participation has any sense, because if you, I remember the episodes in the British House of Commons when Jeremi Corbyn was silenced when he was asking legitimate questions, but of course I will try, since I have come here to the studio. As far as I understand, as I know, there is still, nobody has seen real proof of that was Russia behind. And it would take someone insane, I mean in Russia's authorities circle, to organize such an event just before the election. The legitimate question, the first question we always ask ourselves when we investigate, when we face similar cases, cui bono? Who is profiting? Is Russia profiting of us? Is it,
right, but
I think it would be insane to organize it. Where are the proofs? Our foreign ministry says that they were asking for just give us the material.
So what the British Prime Minister is saying, Natalia, is that there is no plausible alternative explanation, and you have now Germany, France, the United Kingdom, and the United States all saying that the Kremlin is responsible for this and has behaved in a way that is outrageous.
Well, that's not cricket, because the allies just supporting, they don't know anything about the case. It's, you know, my only relative, the brother of my father, perished in the Stalin concentration camp. And what I saw in the British House of Commons reminds me of how the trials in the Soviet Union of Stalin time went, when the prosecutor general was accusing in absurd crimes, absolutely unbelievable of scale, and all the rest were competing in loyalty, you know, pronouncing ardent speeches. And
Natalia,
there was only one person to ask for the proofs.
Right.
Well, this is quite extraordinary, Natalia. That you're about to have an election on Sunday where there's no opposition, and the opposition isn't allowed to stand, and you're picking holes in British democracy where people are having a legitimate debate.
We have opposition. We have 8 candidates, and for instance, the latest several rounds of debates on TV, people even, you know, slapped each other and were accusing Putin and the current authorities of all sorts of, well, setbacks, etc., etc. And so, why do you call opposition only someone in the street? You know, that means that, for instance, your Labour Party is not opposition, you mean, etc. So opposition are some marginals only. We have opposition, we have 8 candidates, and I'm sure that they will gain some votes. For instance, the Communist Party candidate Grudinin, who is not member of the party, will get over 10%, I'm sure so. And Zhirinovsky will get not less than 6%, and all the rest 2 or 3. So,
Natalia, I'm sorry, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much for coming into the studio. We are out of time.